Welcome, this is DG Invest. Today, we're doing a purely data-driven analysis. We're going to break down the macroeconomic mechanics that are pointing toward a second wave of inflation, and it looks like energy prices are the catalyst.
All right, let's get right into our thesis. We believe the market may be seriously underestimating the risk of a second inflationary peak. You might have heard of a double top formation in charting. You get one peak, a bit of a decline, and then a second potential rise. That's the pattern we're watching, and that's what we're here to analyze.
Our analysis is going to be very systematic. We'll walk through this five-part structure to really build the case, from the initial cause all the way to the conclusion and what it means.
So first up, the double top risk. This kind of chart pattern suggests that after that first retreat, the underlying pressures could still be there, ready to drive inflation right back up toward, or maybe even past, its previous highs.
Now, what would actually drive this second wave? Well, the primary driver we're seeing is the energy sector. This functions as a huge catalyst for what's called cost-push inflation, and it echoes through the entire supply chain.
So unlike demand pull inflation, this isn't about everyone wanting to buy more stuff. Cost-push inflation is driven by rising input costs. Think raw materials like crude oil. When those costs go up, producers are pretty much forced to raise their own prices.
And you can see that transmission mechanism right here in the data. There is a historically strong positive correlation between the price of crude oil and the costs of production. It establishes a very clear cause and effect.
You know, these production costs aren't just some abstract number. They translate directly into consumer prices. We all see it most clearly at the gas pump, right? And that, in turn, really shapes how everyone expects inflation to behave.
And that brings us to this key number, 3.5%. The recent increases in gas prices are a huge factor, pushing market-based inflation expectations up to that level. And that's a really big deal. So naturally, these rising inflation expectations present a direct challenge to the Federal Reserve. It's their job to keep prices stable. So this forces them to take a hard look at their plans for monetary policy. To figure out what the market thinks the Fed is going to do, we can turn to the Fed Watch tool. It's a fantastic market-based indicator that analyzes futures pricing to figure out the odds of future rate changes.
As this data is showing us, the market is now pricing in a much lower probability of rate cuts happening anytime soon. And that flies directly in the face of the whole pivot story that's been going around.
Okay, so the logical conclusion from this whole data sequence is that interest rates are probably going to stay elevated for a while. We have to prepare for a higher for longer environment. And this quote really sums it up. The data leads us to a pretty clear, systematic action plan. It's not about trying to predict the future perfectly, but about preparation.
So what does preparing for higher for longer actually look like? Well, we advise a few key strategic adjustments. First, you've got to stress test your portfolios against these sustained higher rates. Second, reevaluate valuations for any long-duration assets you hold. And third, really prioritize companies with strong balance sheets and, importantly, pricing power.
Which really leaves us with one final critical question for every investor to think about. Looking at all of this, you have to ask yourself, is my portfolio truly strategically positioned for a world of sustained high interest rates?